All right, so I thought it's a good idea to actually work on the problem. As we said that the final exam problem we did yesterday, it was expected that you're going to do that in maximum 2 hours. So let's clock that as well. So I'm going to put up the clock. Where's my stopwatch? So I will actually use the clock stopwatch timer. This one is the stopwatch. Okay. We'll reset that and we'll start this when we start working. So what we need is Unity, Maya, and some assets. So let's start off by going to your Google Classroom, and we can start the clock timer as well. So this is your Google Game Development. I go to the classwork, and in your final exam submission, this is the requirement. So I can download this requirement and open a new tab and download. And then I can get hold of the assets which are required. I can open tree, grass, running, Sajjad, and soil, all in separate windows. Download, 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 and download. So all these files are downloaded here. Once that happens, I can open the requirements file in Word so that we can take care of what's happening. So we start off by importing Sajjad and animating Sajjad and whatnot, or maybe I can just start Maya and make the star first. So let's start off with making the star, which is just one of the requirement. There's the Maya. Okay, there's Maya coming up. So the idea of the star was to use any object that you can to turn it into a star and apply one golden or yellowish, orangish material in it and make it little shiny. So I make a new file, and I can probably use, some people were using a cube. I'll probably use a cone, which looks like this, and I can resize it a little from the front. So this should be the front, and maybe make it a little higher, and that's pretty much it. And we know that there are going to be 5 of these cones in 360-degree rotation. So if I divide 360 divide by 5, so that's going to be 72 degrees of rotation. So if I copy paste or control D for duplicate this, so I have 2 of them, and I can rotate it on this axis, that is the Z axis, and I can look for the properties here, and you can see this is going minus 48, so I can make it 72 degrees. This is the rotation of 72 degrees for this cone, and I can take it over here and corner to corner try to align it a little, and then I duplicate it again, and 72 2 times is going to be 144, and this guy goes here, and then duplicate again. This is going to be 210 and 216. 72 threes are 216, and this comes here, and then this is going to be 288 for the last one. Oh, sorry, I did not duplicate. Yeah, so now 288, and this is the last one. So looks pretty much like a star. We can work out the gaps in a little, but this is my star to begin with. I can go for another sphere in the belly, decrease the size here, increase the overall size, and here's my star. Also, I can select all of these, right click, assign a new material, and a shining one is going to be a Phong, and this Phong property could be red, green, yellow, blue. So I'll probably go for red to start with, and then go for selecting the yellowish tint of this red. And here we are with the star. One more thing we could do is probably select them all and move them a little upward so their star feet are on the ground. Cool enough. Done. File, save as. I'll probably put that on the desktop and call it a star. My star. Also, let's start Unity. So on my Unity hub, I'll go for a new project. It's going to be a 3D, probably this version. And I'll go for a new folder, call it Final Solution. Select this folder and create a 3D project. Because I'm making this project, I'll export the star at the same time as an FBX as well. So I can file, export all, go to the desktop again, and I'll call it mystar.fbx as well. Hopefully no warnings. And when I go down on the desktop, I'll figure out that mystar.fbx is here and mystar.mb is here. Let's wait for the Unity to load. Oh, let's watch the clock. 5 minutes, 6 minutes. And much of the time is spent loading software, but we have the star done. So one cool thing is to use a checklist. So this is my requirements, every star collected. So there's the star requirement. Create your own star in Maya. So this is all done. I can mark this as. So why is it read only? My MS Word is messing up. Let me go mark this as. Probably this is done. Come on, Maya. Come on, Unity. Go ahead. Yeah, my Unity is a little weird at times. Come on, my clock is ticking. So it's like 2 minutes. I should have started this earlier. So these are the kind of mistakes everybody makes. But we are kind of here. So in my assets, I could probably make a folder for textures. And in the textures folder, I could go with the samples I downloaded it here. So free soil grass go into the texture. And in my models, the running and Sajad go here. And also my star.fbx comes here, my star. So if I start off with creating in my scene, game object, 3D, and I'll go straight with the, here's the terrain, there you are. And I'm going to go for setting it to -500 and -500 so that you could have the center of the scene to the center of the terrain. In this terrain, I'm going to add those textures. So in the paint, I will go for paint textures, set height, holds, this is the one. paint texture. In the paint texture, I will add added terrain layer. I will create one grass and I will create one soil. So grass is automatically set like that. If I look at the center, this is the kind of the center. So what I'm looking at is a brush of brown. So I'm not sure where's the center from distance. So I can probably make a cube here at position 0, 0, 0. And then I can resize it a little. How much do I want to resize? I could probably bring Sajjad Saab here and can see that my width has to be probably this much for the road. And I can take this as far as this much. So this is not going to be the road. This is just a guideline where I want my road to be. Then I click on the texture, grab the soil, adjust the brush size, and brush is a little too big. Yeah, this looks fine. Thoda sa bada. So this is my brush size, and I'm going to brush it all the way. So this is how my brown road is being created right under the white cube. 1 or 2 more strokes, and I have a brown road. This is just a guideline. We're going to restrict the movement of the guy with the script. Okay, good enough. I can get rid of the cube. So this is my road. If I like it to be a little more dark, but this looks pretty neat. Okay, back to Sajjad. I could probably delete Sajjad. Before I import Sajjad, I can go to the properties. First of all, I go to the rig and change the rig to humanoid. And then I go to materials and I extract textures, wait for the import to complete, fix any problems. And you can see the Sajjad has gone colorful. This was one mistake everybody was making. And now we'll have the colorful Sajjad here. Colorful Sajjad comes here at probably starting point of 0, 0, 0. And we need maybe on the root, an animation controller. Create. Where is animation controller? In this animation controller, I'll go back to the models and I have the running rig, running animation. We have to change the rig to humanoid again, apply, and drop this thing into my animation controller. So this is my state diagram, and I can go back to assets, model, running, and the running thing drops in. One problem with this animation is that it's going to be a little clunky. I can make transition to itself so that it repeats, or you could make it looping. The problem is going to be when I set the animation controller to this guy and try to see how it behaves. There are a few issues. So this looks weird, and the biggest issue is it is rotating and going back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down into the model, inside the running. This is the animation that I want to fix because there are issues with it, but for some reason it is locked inside the running box. This is what we did in the class. So I'm going to duplicate this Mixamo. So this duplicate comes out of the locked group file, and now I can say that I want to bake into pose the rotation, the position, and position exit as well. I'll probably apply this now, and instead of using the other animation controller, I will delete this one and I will use this one which I just fixed. I drop it here, and then I go back into the scene, and then I see how it behaves. So the guy is running just fine now. It ran only once because we did not loop. So we can say loop time, and this should loop time. Looking good. So next thing I'm going to do is probably make the camera a child of Sajjad Saab, and also set the position a little so that it goes closer, higher, and looks a little lower. Good enough. So I have spent good 14 minutes already on this. Let's see what have we covered so far. So we have imported Sajjad, and in this one we have to make it run in a straight line. That can be done using a rigid body. So I can add a rigid body to Sajjad, and do we have a collider? We need to have a capsule collider here, and this capsule can come a little higher and a little taller. Radius, no, center. Well, the height can go to something like this, and we are probably good. So this is the collider for Sajjad Saab. I can keep the gravity, and now I can add Sajjad script. In Sajjad script, one thing we want to do is add some force to this fellow so that it moves forward, and that has to happen in fixed update so that it does not take everybody in a different speed. So I can get the rigid body here, get component rigid body, that goes into rigid, and I can say rigid dot add force x, y, z could be like 300 maybe, and let's see if it starts moving forward. So if I do this and try to run the game when the script compiles, we should see some effect on the, oh yes, it goes just fine, but we have to turn off the rotation of all sort on Sajjad Saab, and some position lock as well later on. But oh, this guy is running just fine. Then I could do this if I can also have the void update. So I have if input.get key key code dot up arrow. No, I can use the right arrow. I think that needs to be in a fixed update as well, because it is going to be an arrow right and arrow left kept pressed for a while. So we will do some add force, but not in Z, but for right, it's going to be positive X, let's say 100. And for left, it's going to be minus 100. And also we can double check how far we want it to go to the right and left. So I can move. So right now it is 0, 0, 0. The road can go, let's say, -6 to +6. Yeah. So we can have a limit. If transform.position.x is greater than -6, then you could do the right arrow thing. And if the same thing is happening, but you are less than -6, less than 6, then you could do the left arrow thing. Let's see how it behaves on the movement of the guy. He's moving left, not going beyond the road. He is going beyond the road. He is -13 now. So for left, it has to be, yeah, it has to be greater than -6 here and less than 6 here. Wrong condition. So I can go to the right and see. So the movement is a little slow, but that is fine because we want the hurdles to come in front of the person. So is it going to go beyond 6? No. And on the left, is it going to go beyond -6? No. -6. Yeah, that's fine. Also, I want if I reach somehow the end of the road, which is here, probably a little backward. So it's 420, let's say. So if transform.position.x is greater than 420, I'll take it back to -420. So I will get v, which is vector 3. V is equal to transform.position v.x is equal to -420. Come on. And I will say transform.position is equal to v. Okay, good. So now I can check if my position, if it goes beyond. So I will start with at position 380, for example. I run this 420, 390, 400, 405, 410, 420. No, I'm not going above 420. What's going on? I missed putting this back. V dot, oh, not X. It has to be if position dot Z. Okay, that should work now. So let's remember the 420Z for the other things as well. Maybe the logs and other stuff can go to 480 or something. So 410, 412, 415, 417, and we're back. Good. One thing we've missed on the terrain is the mountains. So I can go back, paint, raise, lower terrain. The size of the brush is a little small, opacity is less. And I can go do things like this. So some mountains here and some mountains here, and some of them are here and some of there. Yeah, so gives us a feel that we have some mountains around. And we can have on the distant areas as well. So when I run this show, oh, this is going to be the end of the terrain for now. No mountains here, but suddenly it's going to come back and we're going to see some mountains. So here we are. This looks good. All right, so checklist again. We have done Sajjad slides left and right. Yes. Slides tilt of the mobile. Yeah, that's one thing which is missing. So what we're going to do is maybe the update if input.acceleration dot there's no if in this one. We're just going to use right and left for something like this, 100, and we will multiply this with input.acceleration.x. Yeah. So if transform.position.x is less than 6 and it is greater than -6, then you will do this. For that, what happens is sometimes this position goes beyond 6 or -6. So after doing this acceleration change, if transform.position.x goes beyond 6, bring it back to something like 5.9. And for that, I'm going to do something like this. So I will take the position X and change it. So if it is greater than 6, I will make it like 5.9. And if it has gone lower than -6, if it has gone less than -6, I will make it -5.9. So this should work on accelerometer as well. We will double check this once we build it on Android. So I do have this one covered. Oh, the jump on the mobile. So that's going to be one thing we need to do now. So that could go into the update, and we're going to check if input dot mouse button down, the zeroth button. If that happens, you're going to add some force. So transform dot, sorry, it's going to be rigid dot add force, and that force is going to go into, let's say, 400 in Y. Let's see if the mouse click takes this guy up. And I need to take Sajjad Sahab back to a good starting point, because this is the ending point of the terrain. So go back over here somewhere. So when we do this and start, so if I click, this is jumping just fine. All right, so my jump stuff is now working. Mouse click, jump, straight pass. Sajjad runs, kind of go beyond the sides. Done. Road is flat. Small hills. Done. Small simple tree created. Oh, so let's create the tree now. So for the tree, what we need to do is probably make just something very simple. So this is my Sajjad Sahab. I'm going to make game object 3D sphere. This is my tree. Just to make it a little elongated, this is actually my tree. Now I'm going to create a material, call it green, change the color to green, and we are sort of good. And I'm going to apply this here. So I will create a folder of prefabs, and I'm going to drop this, let's call it tree in here. Good enough. Now I go back to my terrain. So this is my tree here. I can delete the original object. I go to the terrain and I will go to this area which is paint trees. Add trees, add a tree, look for a tree. And there we are. So now I can just click here to paint some trees. It was not added. Hang on. Add tree, click here. Tree, add. Okay, now I can select this and click here to get trees like this. They are a little too low down the place, but we can get this going. So they're not visible from a distance, but they are there. So I can probably do something about it, but I can click, 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 and then I can pick the terrain, and there were some settings here which can make the distance visible. Let's see, speed, size, blending, grass trend, tree details, draw, tree distance, detail distance, no, fade length, billboard start, yeah. So you could see you could have these being painted to a distance. If you can do this like this, so I can paint the trees here and 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 here. So we are having sort of trees. Oh, not on the road, please. It's going to glide. So I can quickly say that, well, this part is also done. So just to jump over the rolling logs. So let's make the rolling logs now. So for the rolling logs, I could go back to, I can go back, look for Sajjad, and drop a game object 3D cylinder here, roll it around, let's call it a log, and change the rotation to 90 degrees, move it here, add a rigid body, maybe add a log script. In the rigid body, I am fine with rotating this around this axis, which is going to be your x-axis, but I don't want to rotate like this, or I don't want to rotate like this. So I can freeze rotation in y and z, and probably position in y and x. And in the log script, I could do a fixed update again, and I can get the rigid body add torque, which is the rotation. Oh, and there was a free variable thing. Yes, in x rotation, I will go for, let's say, 100, 0, 0, and let's see if this log starts rolling or not with this force. Oh, very quickly, I can just drop the texture, and now this is a log. I can resize this like this. Too big? Okay, let's see. And the log is not rolling. I can freeze rotation in Y. Okay, in Y it's rotating now, so I could. It is a Y rotation that we have to unlock. Also, the force could be reversed, or I could just rotate this guy to, let's say, -90. What happens if I do this? It is going to stop, something's wrong. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna change the force to -100. Save, and is that gonna come to me? Is that gonna come to me? Yes, it does. So if I move it a little away, and gravity is there, so why is it not dropping down? Is it dropping down? Staying in the air and rotating there because I have frozen the Y position. Yeah, so this is gonna work now. Y and Z both position should work. Cool enough. So this looks pretty neat. So the idea is, if you hit, obviously there's going to be a drop of score in something, and if you if the log goes behind you, the log should go back. So I can have this log 1. So one thing we can do is that this log is here, and then if the position of this log is, let's say, -440, because Sajjad Saab is at -420.5, because that's where he comes back. It's to come back to -460, maybe. So -460. Okay. So if this guy is at -460, this log is at -440. Looks a decent distance, yeah. And then we can have, let's say, 60 -420. It's too much. Should be somewhere over here. Yeah, -430 is good. And so we have to have 5 of them like that. This is 430. This is 420. This is 410. And this is 400. We have 5 of them. Also, when the log starts, I can pick a random position for this guy. So copy paste this code for making things quick. I get the position, change the X between random dot range -6 to 6, and then I put it back. So when I run the game, all these logs are going to be on different positions on X. So I run this and you could see they are on random positions and I can avoid them. Yeah. Also, when they go beyond the position of the guy, so I could check in the update if transform.position of the log is z is less than transform.position dot, let's say, player. What is player? It's going to be a public game object player, and I could do player is equal to game object dot find, which is Sajjad Saab. The name is Sajjad in the game. I can double check. Yes, it is. So this player dot position z, then we will move this log back. I could use something static, for example. I can see that the difference between the guy, if my Sajjad is just hitting the log, they should be pretty much the same z as the first one. The first one is for 40 and the last one is for 100, so there's a difference of around 40. I can put it back at like 50 or something. So I can do something like this. Pick the current position, change the z to whatever v.z was plus 50. And hopefully this should do the trick. And we should get more logs coming in every time that happens. Did we make a mistake? No. So the logs are coming back. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 logs are there. But plus 50 is a little too weird. What's going on? After being regenerated, let me try that again. What happened? I think the 50 is too less. Oh, so if you hit, it should also go back because it's gonna. So if you're colliding, if so on collision enter, if collision.gameObject.name.starts with log, you would do the put back thing again. So the put back thing, oh, this should happen in this guy, the player. If it is log, I could do something like this here for the collision.gameObject. So you do collision.gameObject.transform.position in the V, change it to plus 50, and then put it back into the log. So the moment you touch, the log is going to go back as well. Save here, go back, compile, and run. And now my logs are going back. If I hit, it goes back. If I don't hit, it goes back, and they stay. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be awkward. It's going to hit the trees. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is good. And we go back and see how much is done. Sajjad has to jump over the logs. Done. Sajjad has to collect pearls, not doing yet. So what are the pearls or the stars? It's going to be the star. So let's put the star here. Where is my star? I go back into the models, and this is going to be my star, my star. Yeah. So I'm going to put my star here, and I'm going to take Sajjad back to, let's see, here. Where's my star? It's too small. Let's see what's going on with the star. So star is not visible. Oh, it's too small actually. Okay, that's fine. I can increase the size of the star to something like this. Yeah. So, I don't know, somehow the material is not showing up. I could probably create a quick material here, turn it into something more orangish. And I'm going to apply this on the star back. Star here, star here, star here. So what I can do is I can make 5 of these stars. So I have my star. I can rename it to, let's say, star only. This star will have obviously no rigid body, but it will have a collider. Maybe I can have a box collider 2D on this one. Why is my collider not visible? Is it too big? Is it too small? Yes, it is too big. I can reduce the box collider size. Oh, not a 2D, please, sorry. Box collider in 3D has to be smaller. It has brought the whole scene from the Maya. I think that's why. So we are reducing this to something like 0.1, 0.05, 0.05, 0.05. This is the size, looks decent. In Z, this could be 0.02. And in height, it's fine, but Y can be slightly above. 0.01 again, 3. Yeah, so this is my star with the collider. Looks decent. So if it hits the star, it should go back as well. So I'm going to copy this thing. We have a star. I can make a star script as well, just to make it rotate around its axis. Transform.rotate 0 y-axis 0.1 0, and let's see if the star is rotating, and if I go hit the star as well. Star is not rotating. It's rotating very slow. So I could do this. Yeah, this is rotating just fine. One of the hands of the star is still not yellow. And we are good. So we could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. And I could actually do similar stuff when the star goes behind the guy. So I can copy stuff from the log that you could actually have a random position for the star to start. And whenever you go beyond the player, so all of that stuff needs to be here. All of the stuff needs to be here. And if you go beyond the player, you pick it up and put it forward. Hopefully this should work, and this is going to go in the update. Let's see how the star is doing. Oh, how much time we have spent. So not Maya. We've gone 40 minutes. Yeah, that's getting tight. But we are on the way. So we have the logs. We are moving. We are jumping. And we have random positions of the stars. They do go away. The collision is not happening or what? Oh, the collision is not supposed to happen yet. It goes back and we have, why do we have more stars coming in? Actually, there are 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, now they're 5. Good enough. So we're not supposed to collide yet, but if we just go beyond a log, this and a star, they should go regenerate. The stars are regenerating. I could have the collision script as well in my Sajjad sub for stars, doing the same thing. If it starts with a star, take the position, make it plus 50, and that should happen as well. Also, I can start working on my score and health, while the health is originally 10. So if I hit the log, my health goes down. I don't know what was that, how much was that. So my word file, this one. So for every star plus 10 points and 1 health, or everything jumps over gets health goes down by 3. So if you hit the log, your health is equal to -3 or minus equal to 3. That's the better one. And if you get the star, your health plus equal to 1. And if your health is less than 0, your game over. So we'll make the game over thing here. Okay. Let's see if we are still able to hit the star and regenerate it the way we hit the log. So we hit the star to regenerate it. That's working just fine. I am getting too many trees here. What's going on? I think I mistakenly clicked on that. So I tree painter. Tree painter. How do I hold shift and delete the trees? Okay. I want to remove trees from the road. I don't need any trees on the road. Yeah. Good stuff. And we are rolling. So if I hit the log, the health must have gone down. Okay, the stars are blocking the logs. So one little thing I can do just to make it very simple is I can raise them a little higher, all of them, to go a little above the logs so that they just don't collide. And we're still collectible. We can jump, remember? So is that going to work? So I can jump over, and the logs are coming under the stars, and they're not probably hitting. Where did the rest of the logs go? Hang on. Where are you, Mr. Log 4, 3, 2. Why are you too far? So now this guy has dropped down from the sky. Not good. Why did that happen? So this log. So in any case, the logs are not supposed to drop below the ground. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hit. It's not regenerating. So if I collide, it should. Oh, we have. The ground is not flat as well. So I have to. So somehow I messed the terrain and I got the mountain here. So raise, lower, set height to 0 throughout the road, please. That is causing issues, I think. Better. Oh yeah. So we are good. Okay, how much work was left? Sajjad has to collect pearls. He is collecting them. Unlimited, never ends. I think we have done this, but the logs and star won't be unlimited. Jumps dot plus points. So did we do something with the score? So if the log has to go back, it is +5. So if the log reaches -420, so if it is before the position, yeah, this one. This is going to be score plus equal to 5, but this score cannot be done from here. So I'm going to go for game object.find Sajjad dot get component dot Sajjad script dot score, and this score in Sajjad script has to be public. Score. Let's make them public. Okay. So the score is going up. Initial Sajjad health is 10. Good. Every style has Sajjad for his health goes down by 3. This is happening. And this is, well, we are getting plus health, but I was not getting the points. So Sajjad, if it collides with a star, his point should go plus 10. Oh. And canvas shows, okay, so now let's work on the canvas. So I'm going to go back and make, oh, come on, don't do this. Let's use something like this. Okay. Sajjad sahab ka hai. Ye Sajjad sahab hai, yahan se kaam shuru karte hain. But we don't need Sajjad. We need to go to game object, UI, canvas. I can change this to scale with the screen size. I can add UI. I usually go with legacy text, and I can call it score. So if I look at the canvas, this score should be probably in white, and the size of the dabba should be slightly larger, and this position on the canvas should be top left, and I can take you to the top left, but this has to be a larger font. This looks decent. Also, I can have another of them that is called health. I can say health here. For now, iski position should be top right. Move this guy over here, and I think we are in business. Iski alignment hum kar dete hain right. All I have to do is go to my script here in the Sajjad script, and I can have two variables, public game object txt health and txt score. They're not game objects, they are Unity engine.ui.text. So this is the legacy text we were talking about. So when I select Sajjad sahab now, I should see these two variables in the script. Here, the score is score, txt score, and health is health, txt health. And I can quickly go and update all the time. Txt health.text is equal to health, and txt score dot text is equal to score. So where is my score and where's with this score? What is wrong with score, buddy? Oh, it has to be text. Yeah. So I can say score is this guy with a space, and health is this guy with the health. Let's see if this gives me the results as expected. Run, and we have score 0. The logs are going back and the score is increasing and the health is 10, and I hit the star and I am not getting the health, but I am getting the points. So what's going on? I go check my Sajjad script. If I hit the star, I am getting health, but I'm not getting the score. What is score? Sajjad script with a star. So it should get a plus 10 for a star. 140, 150. No, I am not getting any score for the star. Score is plus equal to 10. Score. So if I just to test disable all the logs and I start moving, For passing by the stars, no score. But for hitting the star, no score either. Too bad. So when I hit the star, I'm moving this guy back. Health is going up. Health is going up? No. Health is not going up. Ouch. Why is this not going up? So health is originally 10. I hit this, the health is not changing. Ouch. Is that a different variable I'm hitting? Health is equal to 10. On collision, enter. So I am changing the position of the star on collision. I could probably do this before it, but am I getting a health -3 on here colliding the logs? That is something I can check as well. How much time? An hour has gone? No, 6 minutes to go. So let's see what's going on with the logs. I can disable the stars. So when I run this, I go hit the log and the health is going down. That is wonderful. So if I hit the log, the health is going down. If I hit the log, the health is going down. But when I hit the star, which is star, the health is not going up. What on earth is going on here? Collision transform position +50. This is also happening, but my health is not changing. And that is ridiculous. Save it again. Let's try it with the stars now. Disable the logs to reduce the confusion. चलो उस पर वापस आते हैं, बाकी चीजें देखते हैं कितनी रह गई हैं. But my current health is 10. It should go to 11. It does not. My score should go high. Oh, now, okay. So I'm actually not colliding with the stars. That's the problem. I get that. So if I go back to star, how low they are. Okay. So I could bring back these stars a little lower so that they don't collide with the logs, but they do collide with my fellow player. So it was actually not colliding, it was just going before that. So if I hit that now, yeah, now I'm getting the score and the health. So good stuff, good stuff. I am having the canvas now, showing the corner. Health is 0, game over. Okay, let's make the game over as well. So I go back to the scenes, file, new scene, save, game object, UI, text, legacy text, which says game over at the center of the screen. Yes. Increase the size of my fellow box like that, and increase the font size, make it center, make it white or something, red. So this is the game over. Scene, file, save, and I go into the scenes and I say game over scene. So I did calculate that. If my health goes less than this, I could import Unity engine.scene management, and I will say scene manager.load scene game over scene. Works. And for this to work, I have to go back, file, build settings. We are still on Windows. I'll have a sample scene first and the game over scene later, and close. Let's run this. And let's go get hit by the logs. No, not this one, please. The sample scene, go. So you get hit. Health is 7, 4, 1, and game over. Ah, I like this. So looks like we are on track. Health is zero, game over. Not more than 5 trees, not more than 5 stars, and we have completed all the requirements. Unlimited till you die. So we have checked the unlimited for the guy as well. And what's left? So Jaws, we have created the star, we've created the sphere for the tree, we have created the cylinder for the good stuff. So in what time? So 58 minutes and 30 seconds, the game is ready. Now we can take more time to probably build it for APK, we build it for Windows, and submit it. Obviously, that would take another 10-15 minutes. So I think 1 hour was pretty much okay for this requirement. Do I have anything left? Something traceable. ये तो scenes हैं, ये काम हमने इतने टाइम में कर लिया है. Build and upload was an additional 5 to 15 minutes. So that can be done. For the Windows build, we have to go, let's say the scene, build settings. In the Windows, we'll simply say build. I can use the same folder. I can call it Windows build. Obviously, this will take 4, 5, 10 minutes or something. I can close the Maya now. So we are still not done with as well. So it can be slowed down. Like how to make an APK. You have been doing this quite a lot, but I can send you the APK. You can try it, and this is going to be the acceleration mode. Only thing that needs to be tested after APK is complete is if it is working with the accelerometer or not. So that is how you create this game within an hour. Wait a few seconds for the Windows build to be finished. Okay, so my Windows build is done and ready and working. I can double click on this and I can get the game to work in a separate window. Things are getting pretty heavy for my system. Oh, it's going full screen. Awesome. Oh, look at that. This guy is wonderful. Yeah, so this is working. Alt enter, close, and let's stop recording.